Have you ever wondered how one man could change the world? Consider Mahatma Gandhi, a man whose impact is profoundly felt even today. Born Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi in 1869, he grew to become a powerful anti-colonial nationalist and political ethicist. His weapon? Non-violent resistance. He led India's successful campaign for independence from British rule, a feat that reverberated across the globe. His philosophy didn't just resonate within India's borders, it sparked movements for civil rights and freedom worldwide. The honorific Mahatma, meaning great-souled or venerable, was first bestowed upon him in South Africa in 1914. Today it's used universally. But who was this man really? How did he, a lawyer by training, become a beacon of hope and change? Let's delve into the life of this extraordinary man and understand his journey. Born into a Hindu family in coastal Gujarat, Gandhi's journey towards greatness was far from ordinary. The young Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who would later be revered as Mahatma, meaning great soul, was a product of his surroundings. Raised in a merchant-class family with a father who served as the Diwan or chief minister of Porbandar, and a deeply religious mother, the seeds of leadership, ethics and spirituality were planted early on in his life. Gandhi's formal education began in Gujarat, where he completed his schooling. However, his journey of knowledge was just beginning. At the age of 19, Gandhi sailed to England to study law at the prestigious Inner Temple in London. Here he faced a world starkly different from the one he had known, yet he adapted, absorbing the Western ideals of liberty, justice and self-governance while maintaining his Indian roots. After completing his law degree, Gandhi returned to India filled with aspirations and ready to make his mark. But life had different plans. His attempts to establish a law practice in Bombay met with disappointments. Struggling to find his footing, he received an offer to represent an Indian merchant in a lawsuit in South Africa. This opportunity, though unexpected, was a turning point in his life. In South Africa, Gandhi faced the harsh realities of racial discrimination and social injustice. He was not only a lawyer, but also found himself as a victim, a protester, and eventually, a leader. It was here that the lawyer transformed into a social activist, the ordinary man into Mahatma. He began to experiment with the idea of satyagraha, or holding on to truth, a form of non-violent resistance that would later become the cornerstone of his fight for India's independence. It was in South Africa, Gandhi's principles of non-violent resistance began to take shape. His experiences and struggles, both personal and professional, shaped his ideology and laid the foundation for his future role as the beacon of India's freedom struggle. Gandhi's 21 years in South Africa were transformative. These years were not only transformative for him, but also for the world. South Africa was where he first applied his pioneering approach to civil rights, an approach that would later reverberate around the globe. In 1893, Gandhi moved to South Africa to represent an Indian merchant in a lawsuit. However, his journey to South Africa was not just a professional venture, it was a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. It was during these years that Gandhi, a young lawyer, began to see the harsh realities of racial discrimination. Witnessing firsthand the unfair treatment of Indians in South Africa, his sense of justice was deeply stirred. It was here on this foreign soil that he first employed non-violent resistance, a method he would later use to lead India's fight for independence. This strategy, rooted in the principles of truth and non-violence, was a response to the injustices he observed. He organized and led protests, strikes and marches, all without resorting to violence. This was the birth of Satyagraha, or Truth Force, a unique form of non-violent resistance that would become a powerful tool in the fight for civil rights worldwide. In the midst of this struggle for justice, Gandhi was also raising a family, further deepening his connection with South Africa. These 2 decades shaped him into the leader he was destined to become. In 1915, at the age of 45, Gandhi returned to India. His experiences in South Africa had given him a new perspective and a fresh resolve. He was no longer the young lawyer who had left India 2 decades earlier. He was now a seasoned activist, ready to take on the challenges of his homeland. Upon his return, Gandhi immediately set to work, organizing peasants, farmers, and urban laborers to protest against excessive land tax and discrimination. He channeled his experiences and lessons from South Africa into his activism in India, setting the foundation for a nationwide movement that would eventually lead to India's independence. Gandhi's return to India marked a new era of political resistance. His leadership, courage, and unique approach to non-violent protest would change the course of history. Assuming leadership of the Indian National Congress in 1921, Gandhi began to reshape India. He emerged as a beacon of hope for a nation yearning for independence, steering the Congress towards a path of non-violent resistance against British rule. His leadership was not just about political freedom, it was about social justice, equality, and self-reliance. Gandhi initiated nationwide campaigns aimed at easing poverty. He believed that true freedom could not be achieved without addressing the pervasive economic disparities. He advocated for self-sufficiency at the village level, promoting cottage industries and boycotting foreign goods. A champion of women's rights, Gandhi worked tirelessly to expand their roles in society. He encouraged women to participate in the freedom struggle, breaking away from the shackles of a deeply patriarchal society. He saw women as equal partners in the quest for independence and social progress. Untouchability, a deeply entrenched social evil, was another battle Gandhi chose to fight. He worked towards ending this inhumane practice, advocating for the rights and dignity of the so-called untouchables. He referred to them as Harijans, meaning children of God, and strived to integrate them into the mainstream of Indian society. Above all, Gandhi's ultimate goal was Swaraj, or self-rule. He envisioned an India free from British control, where Indians could govern themselves in accordance with their traditions and values. This was not just a political objective, but a spiritual one, reflecting Gandhi's belief in the moral and ethical duty of individuals to their society. One of the most iconic moments of Gandhi's leadership was the Dandi Salt March in 1930. This peaceful protest against the British-imposed salt tax resonated across the world, symbolizing the strength of non-violent resistance. Gandhi also led the clarion call for the British to quit India in 1942, intensifying the demand for complete independence. Gandhi's campaigns not only challenged the British rule, but also brought about significant social change. His leadership of the Indian National Congress set the stage for India's journey towards independence and beyond, shaping the country's ethos of democracy, secularism, and social justice. The year 1947 marked a significant turn in Indian history. Gandhi's vision of an independent India, steeped in religious pluralism, faced a formidable challenge. A rising tide of Muslim nationalism demanded their own homeland within British India. This was a direct challenge to Gandhi's dream of a united India, a nation where Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and Christians could coexist in harmony. The British, bowing to the pressures of this mounting nationalism, granted independence in August of that year. However, the British Indian Empire was divided into two dominions, a Hindu-majority India and a Muslim-majority Pakistan. This partition, while bringing the joy of freedom, also ignited the flames of religious violence. As thousands of displaced Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs journeyed to their new lands, violence erupted, especially in the regions of Punjab and Bengal. It was a time of great upheaval, a stark contrast to the peaceful independence that Gandhi had envisioned. Yet, even amidst this turmoil, Gandhi did not lose his resolve. He chose not to partake in the official celebration of independence. Instead, he visited these affected areas, doing what he could to alleviate the distress of those caught in the crossfire of violence. In the months that followed, Gandhi undertook several hunger strikes using the only weapon he had ever wielded, his moral authority. These were not acts of self-sacrifice, but political protests aimed at halting the spiraling religious violence. His last hunger strike commenced in Delhi on January 12, 1948, when he was 78 years old. Impressively, even as his life waned, his commitment to peace and unity did not falter. This period, fraught with challenges and strife, truly tested Gandhi's resolve. It was a crucible that tempered his legacy, highlighting his unwavering commitment to peace and unity. In the face of turmoil, Gandhi stood as a beacon of peace. Despite his tragic assassination, Gandhi's legacy continues to inspire. His unyielding belief in non-violent resistance resonates across the globe, influencing civil rights movements and guiding countless individuals towards peaceful protest. His unique approach to political resistance, grounded in compassion and respect for all human life, has been a beacon of hope for those fighting against injustice and oppression. In his homeland India, his birth anniversary on October 2nd is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday. Beyond India's borders, this day is recognized as the International Day of Nonviolence, a testament to Gandhi's worldwide influence. His life and teachings continue to inspire millions, promoting harmony, unity, and peaceful conflict resolution. From a simple man to the father of the nation, Gandhi's journey is a testament to the power of peaceful resistance. His legacy serves as a timeless reminder that change is possible when we choose love over hate, peace over violence, and unity over division. As we reflect on Gandhi's life, we are reminded of the profound impact one individual can have. From his humble beginnings, his journey to South Africa, his transformative leadership of the Indian National Congress, through to the tumultuous period of India's independence and partition, his unwavering commitment to nonviolence and civil rights continues to inspire movements worldwide. In the end, it's not just about the man, but the ideals he stood for. And that is the true legacy of Mahatma Gandhi.